Hey guys, I wanted to show you how to make a redstone password in Minecraft. So it's not really going to be a cut and dry tutorial. It's going to be more on the why than the how, but I'm going to show you the main design. So this is for the actual password, then we'll do the interface. Alright, that's the first thing you need to understand. Now, this is slot 1. It's not a number, it's just a slot, and that's slot 1. Once I explain my last redstone video on the resettable password, you'll be able to understand what that means a little more. But anyway, slot 1 right here. So that just means when you press a button, this piston will get pushed. But when that piston gets pushed, it opens up the door for possibility right here, which is a good thing. And after that happens, it'll go through another one, like this. Yes, that can activate a piston, and that piston can push a gateway that can now allow another redstone signal to flow through right here. And once that one flows through, we can have it come back around like this. And let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, yes. And when you press the third button, it will simply open another door. And that door is the 5th button. No, the 4th button. Yeah, the 4th button. Anyway, so that will mean when you press the 4th button, it'll do another thing. So, because this gate is now open from pressing the 3rd. And that thing will be the end. That will just be when you actually activate it and finish the password. Now, if you don't understand this, that's fine. I'm going to explain it. Let's hook up buttons to each of these little places where you can hook up a button, and see what happens. The first button you push, and wait, no, we actually also need buttons here. Yeah, there we go. The first button you push activates that piston, which makes it so there's no longer air here like there was before. So you press this button, look, nothing happens, but after you press this button, something does happen, and now you can get through. So now you can press the second button, and that happens, making it so you can get through here. So when you press the third button, you can get through here, and then bang, that's the end. So now that redstone signal can make whatever you want to happen. But now when you press the resetting button, all 3 of these spots will be activated, and the entire password will be reset. So now you have to do it all again. Simple enough? I think so. Alright, why don't we hook that up to something real quick? Yes, let's do that. So let's take all the buttons off. This will take a moment. Alright, all the buttons are off. And I'm going to start building an interface of sorts. Right here we will have a set of doors. This is what will be activated, and it'll let you into a secret room of sorts. This isn't a survival tutorial, even though you can build this all in survival. It just doesn't have like the amount of materials you need. It isn't even a creative tutorial. It's just trying to show you what you could do with this. Like, I'm just trying to show you, you don't have to build this exact design. It's just the fundamental way that the pistons move that makes this happen. Basically, a redstone can't get through a block unless redstone can't get through air. and it can't travel through blocks for long, but it can travel through one block. So if I have a button here and I press it, nothing happens. Nothing happens to that repeater when I press it. But if I place a block in between them, this happens. So all we're doing is not placing that manually. You can't press number 2 and have it do something until you press number 1. You can't press number 3 until you press number 1 and number 2. And you can't press number 4 until you've pressed them all in the right order. So these are what are the slots. Everything where you enter something, this, like this, and this, and this, and this, those are the 4 slots. And that means those are the 4 things that have to be activated. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But now 1, 2, 3, and 4 don't actually have to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. They could be 4, 3, 2, and 1, because that's just the placeholders. It's like place value. Think of this as the hundreds place, and then there's the tens place and the ones place, you know? But those hundreds place could instead of being 10, it could be 15, or the hundreds place could be 200. You can change the what is inside the boxes, but you can't change the boxes. So that's the fundamentals for how I actually built the resetting password machine, and now just need to fill in set block commands to finish it. Because I didn't want to build long redstone wires, so I decided I'll use commands to make wireless stuff, because building wireless redstone normally is impossible. Well, not impossible, but it's really hard. I've seen people do it, but I don't want to open that can of worms, so I'm just like, I'm just going to do it like this, at least for now. And I have to finish that, but the point is, with that, yeah, I'm not going to get into that, or that'll be like a 40-minute long video, but it uses that fundamental thing that right now I can hook up different buttons than 1, 2, 3, and 4 to 1, 2, 3, and 4 and have it do the same thing. It's just basically doing that automatically, and there's so many other factors that make it work, but I'm not going to get into that today. Yeah. So now we are going to make our interface, and it's going to be dope. Yeah, alright, here we are, an interface. We have doors, we have a button, and now we need our resetting button that I talked about. So the resetting button will activate these 3 pistons. And 4 of these buttons will be chosen to activate slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's very simple, if you can understand. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully it's simple for you. I hope so. Anyway, so now the combination we're going to use is bottom, so that's like the very bottom, and then we're going to have almost bottom on the right, and then middle on the left, middle in the middle, and then almost bottom on the right again. Alright? So it's starting on bottom. This is going to be 1. See how it's all coming together? This is 1. Alright, yeah. We're going to hook this up to here. We'll use our repeater right here just to make sure. So now when I press the button right here, it'll be connected to slot 1, and it'll push this piston. See? So we don't have numbers assigned to these buttons, but let's say this is number 0, because it's usually on a keypad. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's going 0, 9, 8. No, not 8. 0, 9, 5, 7. But these are all, instead of being 0, 9, 5, 7, just going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 in the mathematical mind. It's the difference between GUI and like CMD. So that's like coding stuff, because I do coding too, so I understand that. So to the machine, the actual numbers on this have nothing to do with it. It's just the buttons that are assigned. Like, if you press this button, do that. That's a way to explain it. Yeah. But to you, you actually have to press a certain button. To this machine, you just have to press the button that's assigned, not like a certain number. That's why the fact that this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 doesn't actually matter. It means in the interface, it could be, as I just said, 0, 9, 5, 7. That's completely fine. It'll still be the same thing showing up on the interface. So that's how my resetting password will work, which was my last video, and I didn't explain all of it. I just gave you a brief idea, and I showed you everything. I didn't really explain what it all did. I will explain that in a longer video after I finish it, so I can show you how it works, and then I can, but first I have to finish filling the commands, even though all the redstone is done. And that would be possible to be built in survival too, but it's so many wires and it will be kind of slow, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. Even though, yes, it is possible, but there's no way I'm doing a tutorial on that. I don't even remember how I built it. Well, that's not true. I know how every piece worked, but still. Anyway, alright. Next button. This one's a little trickier. How are we gonna connect this one? Well, I was thinking we could use this. What do you think of that design, guys? Let's see it. Yep, it activates. So that means that can lead to slot 2. Remember, this is 7, not 2, but the number 7 is leading to the box 2, like place value. It would be the number 7 going into the 1's box if it was place value, but still. It's interesting how, at least to me, how you can make Minecraft redstone into like math. So now, this one is even more tricky, but I do believe if I do this, it shouldn't activate anything else. Yes, okay. And that should go. So let's see, what do we have? This wire right here going to slot 1. This wire right here going to slot 2. And then we have this wire right here, which needs to go to slot 3. See how it all comes together? These whole wires, you might think this is complicated. It's not. This is the actual part that does the computing and decides whether or not this is the verified passcode or not. This is just what that passcode is. So all we're doing is making it so with the resetting machine is making it so you can change that with the click of a finger. And it's very cool, but I will explain that in more detail later, as I keep saying. Alright. Now that's connected to that. Wait, what? Yeah, okay, I just did a really stupid move. I just connected it to the resetting button to one of the resetting slots. So that's like not the same thing as my password changing machine. That's just when you want to retype the password and like close the doors, make it so if you made a typo it'll still work and stuff when typing it in. So like that just means that right here, if this is open, then that will be, I don't remember which slot. Let's see, 3. That'll be slot 3, and it'll be open, so you can then open slot 4, but if you want to reset it, then you can just close all the slots like that by pushing these pistons connected to this button, but it's not connected yet. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and find our fourth. This one is also going to be tricky, but I actually think it might be easier. Given the circumstances, I think it will be actually. So now to make it so it actually also is connected, all we have to do is run the wires through it as well, which is so easy and simple. Now that the wire's down here, I should probably actually move this to the other side. Sorry guys, my W key is kind of broken right now. Alright, there we go. It's better. And this will also be tricky because how exactly are we going to connect this? But I think we can find a way. For example, what if we had it go down on a different note? And then you'd say, wait, that would hit that piston. But actually, not if we went on a completely different side entirely. Because there's one thing in Minecraft that I've always loved for redstone, glowstone. No one appreciates it enough, but it doesn't transmit redstone. So I can have this right here, or at least I think I can, and it should, and the redstone can be on it, but it won't activate this, I don't think. Or maybe the redstone can't be on it, or at least it can't go down on it. Can't be on it for multiple blocks. Yeah, it can't go down. So that means, I guess we'll have to do it this way. That's fine. There we go. So now the signal still gets through, and we've connected every slot, except I still need to connect this real quick. And now it's all connected, the password is done, but we still want to be able to reset it, right? Yeah. So that's simple enough too. We're going to want to get to the other side though, which means that we should probably make this signal higher than all the other ones. Just above everything else, because resetting really is one of the most important steps. Because it's not a password if you can only type it once. It sucks if you can only type it once. Which means that we need to have these wires run down. We need to have these wires run here. And don't worry about this, because you see, even though these repeaters and that wall aren't connected, the repeater activates the wall and makes the redstone go through the wall, which activates the redstone dust because it's on the wall, so it'll still work. Now, these are, instead of having like a different cleaning slots, different resetting slots, it's all going to be connected to the same thing. And I think that's simple enough. Perfect. Now they are connected to all three resetting pistons, and our password is done. Now I want you to understand once more, it's only this part that's actually complicated. These are all just wires that connect to that. They could be spread out more and it will look a little less crazy, but they're not, so that's fine, because I wanted to make it compact. Now, there's the part that this doesn't actually do anything. Of course, that's an issue too. So what we're going to have that do is we're going to have it connected to this wire right here. And this wire right here will be connected to this door. But before it is, we need it to push this. This is another mechanism. Basically, it turns a button into a lever. Yep, simple enough. So, we could use a counting machine to make it, which I've made a video on too, to make it so it actually just, you click it twice and it turns off like a real lever, but now this one you press a different button to make it turn off, the resetting button. But the point is, this won't get through until you do this. So what this will do is this, activating this piston. And that will be connected to this, which is the outcome of slot. So this is the outcome of finishing the passcode. And once you finish the passcode, I'll finish it real quick. See? Perfect. Alright, so we do need a resetting thing here too, which is really fun. I think I could just have it connect right here. Yeah, alright. And just like that, now it can be reset also. So now what we're going to want to do with that is we're going to want to just dig it down. And we're going to dig it down to under here. And now I have to find a method to turn these on. I think my best bet is this. Watch this. See, now they're open because of these. So we're going to want these always canceled out by these. So now this will cancel out that, making it so that door closes. Do the same thing with the redstone torch on this side, canceling out that door. Remember, this isn't even in the passcode anymore. Right now I'm just showing you what the passcode actually does and the outcome of that. It's very different. Oh, well, that's bad. Alright, one sec. Yeah, there we go. So now these doors are locked shut. There's nothing we can do. Or is there? Yeah, there is something we can do. If you didn't get that by the cryptic way I was saying it, there is something we can do. Alright. And this is what that is. You just connect these all up. You connect these to the outcome of it, which it basically turns into a lever so it stays on until you retype the password. And that's how I can do this. Oh no, these doors are locked. I'm not going to do that. I'm kidding. Alright. So now, to open the doors, we type in our passcode 0, 9, 5, 7, and the doors open. We could even cover this up, make it all look fancy again. And despite it being kind of a pain, if we need to, which we probably in retrospect should have, we can make a little button right here, just an emergency button, to close the doors again. Yeah, just right on the top. Yeah, so what this button will essentially do is close the doors. It'll make it so everything is reset just like that button will. And how are we going to do that? You're going to think, oh, he's going to reset, he's going to connect everything again. No, of course not. That would be so stupid. That's the worst way to do it. A better way to do it, I get if you thought that, by the way, because that's what I would have done in the beginning of my redstone career too. But what we're actually going to do is before the resetting button actually connects to something, when it's just going up right here before it goes down and actually connects, we'll connect that to that. So that means this button will activate everything this button does. Meaning, you can walk in. Okay, so clearly I did something wrong there. Oh, signal's too weak. Ha. I always forget to place a repeater because you see this signal is already weak, but it was accounted for. It was fine. But once we already have redstone dust here, even if it's not too long, because it's going on here it becomes way too long. And that means it's over 15 redstone dust, and it won't work and won't make any outcome. Okay, great. Yet another glitch. You see, I can explain that glitch. Look right here. This block was activated, so I do think, just like that. See, we all make mistakes. It's not an issue. We should be able, yep, we closed the doors. So now let's try opening them and closing them again. Yep, yet another mistake. See, now the door's open, and if we retype the password, we can close them. So now let's go ahead and try retyping the password the other way. You open the doors, you click this, close them. And obviously, we could also have some heavy weighted pressure plates to make it so you can still exit even after you close the doors. And that, my friends, there were some bumps in the road in the end, sure, but is how you make the actual redstone password, because this is the actual password right here. The rest is just the outcome of the password. It's a really interesting concept, if you ask me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did. I will be posting a video about the password resetting thing in more detail and showcasing it after I finish it with my cousin OG Gamer. He didn't do any of the redstone, he's just filling out the commands with me. But yeah, a very simple, wonderful redstone machine that is quite very useful in modern day Minecraft if you want like a secret base or something with a passcode entrance. And you see those heavy weighted pressure plates won't do anything because they'd just be opening it again, but it's already opened. So this will close it, and then you can just go ahead and open it one more time and then close it immediately after. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.